OCM, James Old Coyote, and Nina Old Coyote, thank you for coming here. We know you came a long way. Sorry, Nina, I see you laughing. I love your smile. All right, how about a chant? Keep your drums out, Sacred Water. We stand with Standing Rock. All right, it goes like this. We stand with Standing Rock. 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 We rise with Standing Rock, Seattle. Let's hear it for the people. Is Nancy Shippentower here? All right, now we're going to start off with our powerful woman. We heard a lot from our men. We haven't heard from our women. All right, I'll turn it over to Patty.
We love to present elder, activist, Nancy Shippentower of the Puyallup Nation. Nancy Shippentower is a long-time Native activist to protect Mother Earth and a member of the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me back there? My name is Wakeable. My other name is Nancy Shippentower. I wore my mom's hat today. I grew up protesting at the federal building for fishing rights as a young child, 6 or 7 years old. My mother and father's name is Don and Janet McLeod, Yetzi Blue and Waklaha. And my dad's family, which is Billy Frank, Andrew McLeod, Herman Johns, Jack McLeod, Nuji Couts, and Al Bridges all went to jail so that we could have fish, so that we can exercise our treaty inherent rights given to us by the Creator. I thought I would never see a day when the Squally tribe would close their rivers down. They have a beautiful chum run that comes in every year. And we all wait for them to come in because I hand the salmon out to us. This is the first year that they closed the river because the fish are gone. My grandfather, Willie Frank Sr., once said, when the salmon cease to exist, then human beings cease to exist. And it's really sad that we have to keep fighting for this. Just because people live in these high towers and have never touched the forest or the green lawns or the mountains or anything, they think it's not necessary. Can you hear that moan? Can you hear that cry? That's Mother Earth and the four directions saying, you're hurting us. You're killing us. I agree with Standing Rock. When they called for donations, my tribe, which David Bean is the leader of, Puyallup Tribe, I sent them a note and I said, we need to do something. The next day they went to council, they said, here Nancy, here's $10,000. Go buy with the camper gear and go over there. Here's when we went over there, they welcomed us. They were like, wow, all these sleeping bags and tents, and that's because our tribe, that's what I went and bought for them. And it was a very peaceful, beautiful camp, because they're sun dancers. They're humble, and they're proud. These people have really suffered, and they still suffer today. All our Sioux brothers and sisters, they still suffer today from the trauma they went through years ago. So I'm going to tell you something that I was taught as a young child, because we went to people's homes up here. We were invited all over the place because of my mother. And they would tell us before we went anywhere, when you go in this home, you respect it. It's not your home. So when you go to these places and they ask you to support them, you go over there and you have respect for the people. You have respect for their home. Don't get on Facebook and say horrible things about them. I have pictures. We talk about water protectors, protecting Mother Earth. Then do it. Because I have pictures from over there. And it's going to cost the tribe hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to clean up the mess that everybody left back there. And that's really sad. Because they don't have that kind of money. They own a casino, it's way out nowhere. They don't have that kind of money. So when you decide to send money and donate to help them, send it to Standing Rock Tribe. Don't send it to these GoFundMe accounts, because a lot of them are on there just to get rich for themselves. And that's really sad, to use a movement as strong as that to fill your own pocket. It's about as bad as Trump, don't you think? I want to thank all of you for coming. I really want to thank Millie and bless her family and all that work for her and help her do this. Because I know doing this is hard. As teenagers, we used to help our mother and say, oh no, we have to do all that stuff. And so she showed us. We were the workers, like Millie said, behind our mother. But she taught us all good things. And I'm proud of who I am. So I'm going to thank all the leaders that came. I don't know where my chief of all chiefs went, but that's what I call Brian. Because he has been a very good NCAI chairman. He has love for all his people throughout this land. But thank you all. And God bless you. The Creator bless you. And pray every day when you walk outside. Pray to help heal Mother Earth and the universe. For water is our body. Water is sacred. Thank you. Boom,
Emily Johnston, can you please come up? All right, those of you who don't know who Emily Johnston is, you will after I say a few things about her. She's a co-founder of 350 Seattle, a poet, an activist, and of course, a valve turner. Let's hear it for the valve turners. Emily is also a friend to all beasts and know most humans on a good day. Turn off those tar sound valves, Emily.
Hi, everybody. So it's not lost on me that I'm the only person who has to rely on the crutch of notes. And I feel bad about that, but I'm afraid I'm more of a writer than I am a speaker. So I'll do the best I can. Millie always wants me to start off by talking a little bit about the name of our group, 350, and what that means. And so, excuse me if you've heard this before, but 350 is one of the most important numbers on the planet because throughout human history, there have been about 280 parts per million of carbon in the atmosphere. And since we started using fossil fuels so much about 100 years ago, that number has climbed and climbed. Scientists know that in order to have a stable climate and have stable human civilization, we need to get it back down to 350 parts per million at least, at the very highest. We're now at 408 and rising fast. If we don't start aggressively reducing fossil fuel use in the next few years, we are going to lose our window for a stable climate forever. And I could talk about the scary truths about this because the planet will become unrecognizable if that happens. Our coasts are going to be inundated. There will be ever more superstorms and typhoons that are going to be ever more destructive. The seasons that we count on in order to have food production will disappear and become very unstable. The human race is in danger of extinction if we don't act boldly, intelligently, and fiercely in the next few years. But although I know that those scary truths are real and I know them deep in my bones, there's another truth I want to talk about because we were all born into an astonishing and beautiful world. The coevolution of flowers and bees, the ways that the genes of an African elephant can over time turn into the genes of a woolly mammoth, the presence just a few miles from here of whales whose intelligence and culture we are just now beginning to understand. We are so lucky to be here. A great deal has been lost already, but we're lucky to have been born to a world that still contains so many voices, so many birds and so many songs, so many squeaky pikas and barking seals and gentle waves. Less than 50 miles from here, bears live relatively undisturbed. And a couple of times a month on my run here in the city, I get to see bald eagles fly right over me. I also see children every day. We cannot be the ones who let all of this come to an end on our watch. We cannot be the ones who allowed a handful of unhappy, weak, and greedy people to destroy all of this, all that we know and love, and all that we don't know yet, the vast web of life that surrounds and supports us in every moment of every day. The trees and the planktons producing the air that we breathe, the salmon building the ecosystems of the Northwest, the forests absorbing carbon and then providing wood for cradles and books and houses. There is so much abundance here. To destroy this world, they need our consent. And for a long time, busy with our lives, we have essentially given them our consent. We let them run tankers on these waters. We let them build pipelines. We let them run oil trains right through our cities, even after these trains started exploding at the rate of almost 1 a month for a while across the country. We can't allow this anymore. If we keep letting them do this, we know where it ends. And where it ends is where we end. We must stop using fossil fuels, and soon. Nothing can be considered necessary or good or useful if it damages this astonishing world that we've inherited. Who are we to pollute the air and the water and say that it's necessary? If we want to preserve a world for our children, we must act now. We must withdraw our consent. Blocking new pipelines with the kind of resolve that we saw at Standing Rock, blocking oil trains, blocking tankers, flooding the streets and the offices of our elected representatives, and demanding that they do the right thing. If we do not do this in a peaceful, unified, and inspiring way, then we are handing the future of the world over to those who are profiting from the destruction of everything we love. I'm so grateful to Millie for all that she's done to support the growth of the Solidarity movement here in Seattle. We have many battles ahead of us, but since last fall, thanks to Millie and Matt especially, we have gotten to know each other much better. In our friendship and support are the roots of our only hope. We must move forward together as bravely as we can. This moment brings many tragedies, and we will all see many terrible things. But to be alive right now is a gift, because we still have the power to leave a decent world behind. The planet can still thrive, and it can still return itself to stability. We know what we have to do. We have to stop using fossil fuels and stop using the Earth as a dumping ground. If we rise to this task, we can be the ones who help to save it, and not the ones who let it be destroyed. Thank you. Annette, are you here? Annette Clapstein.
Annette, where is she? There she is.
Yes.
Okay, Annette is not going to get off the hook. I understood she's here, and let's hear it for another valve turner. These women are pretty darn brave. They wouldn't turn off the valves of the tar sands all leading into these dirty pipes into the United States of America. They're facing felony charges for, guess what? Protecting Mother Earth. Let's hear it for Annette give her a couple minutes.
Thank you, Millie. I am not going to take much of your time. Emily is incredibly eloquent. I'm more of the fire-breathing one. I just want to say the oil companies, the fossil fuel companies, Wall Street, are committing crimes against humanity every single day. And we are at a point where we have to do everything in our power to stop them, which is why when there was a call out from Standing Rock for 4 days of prayer and action in solidarity with Standing Rock last October, that we went out and shut down all of the tar sands pipelines coming into the U.S. And we're going to have to do more of that. I may be in prison, so, you know, you all are going to have to step up. And I want to thank all of the organizers so much here, all of the solidarity movement here in Seattle, and a particular shout out to all my friends from the Puyallup tribe. I worked there 21 years. I love them dearly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Annette. Up next we have somebody who's very special to me, Michelle Storms from the ACLU. Michelle Storms is currently the Deputy Director of the American Civil Liberties Union of Washington. She has taught at the University of Washington Law School and is an advocate for Native American social and civil rights justice. Please give Michelle a round of applause.
Hi, everybody. I am really humbled and honored to be here with you, with your elders, with your tribal leaders, with your youth, with your drummers, with Millie, with all the allies who care about the earth and care about what's happening at Standing Rock. I thought I would speak to you from 3 perspectives, and the first is, for me, just as a human being who cares about the planet Earth, I continue to be disturbed and dismayed at all the things that happen and the disregard governmental leaders have. Just this week, the leader of the Environmental Protection Agency said that carbon emissions don't lead to climate change. And and obviously to the point of why we are all here right now, the pipelines destroy the land, they destroy the water, they destroy the air, they destroy the tribal lands, and what hurts those tribal lands hurts all of us, and this is something that deeply upsets me. I secondly speak to you as a woman of color, as an African American, coming from a line of people who've had to fight so hard for civil rights over many years. I saw a sign over there that said, Birmingham 1963, call off the dogs, and I had this moment earlier this winter when they had put those freezing cold water hoses on the water protectors, and deep in my DNA, even though I wasn't physically there, like that memory of how the fire hoses were turned on the the brothers and sisters in the South who are fighting, my black brothers and sisters who are fighting for the right to march and the right to vote. And it's inhumane, it's unacceptable, it's racial injustice, and it is something that we have to stop. I thought the third perspective that I would bring is, she noted that I now work at the ACLU, and you know, the ACLU stands up for the Constitution and for the Bill of Rights. And so the work that is there for us nationally is calling out the constitutional violations against the water protectors, encouraging the members to speak up and to reach out to the governor of North Dakota, to reach out to the Morton County Police and have them find ways of crowd control that are humane and consistent with human rights and civil rights, and not degrading the people as they have been doing. And then here in Washington, I'm really proud that just this week we were able to file a motion up in Bellingham because they're trying to get the information on that people had on the Facebook page to call out people's personal information, the political actions that they are taking. And this is a violation of our First and our Fourth Amendments of the Constitution, and that's why we'll have to go to court. We'll be in court on Tuesday. I won't be there, but our folks will be there fighting for this work. What I would say is I know that this is this global day of action, and what I want to convey here is that sense that we are not alone in this work. You're not alone. The water protectors are not alone. Your brothers and sisters of color, your brothers and sisters of all backgrounds, I know that this is wrong. Discrimination and inhumanity show up in different ways in communities of color, but we all have to stand together. We all have to recognize that none of these things should stand in our beloved communities, and we need to love each other, lift each other up, and stand together in these fights. So that is what I leave you with, and I also leave you with, rest assured that where those Constitution and the treaties are being violated, lawyers also stand with you. So. So blessings on all of you. Thank you so much.
In Deutschland, Michelle Storms. Let's hear it for Michelle. Another thing I want to brag about her is that she's really fought for social justice and legal justice and economic justice for Native Americans. She helped form the Native American unit at the Northwest Justice Project where I used to work. So let's hear it for Michelle one more time. All right, 10 Eagle speaker.
We stand with our brothers.
We stand with our brothers.
We stand with our sisters.
We stand with our sisters.
We stand with our people.
We stand with our people.
We stand with our ancestors.
We stand with our ancestors.
We stand for our water.
We stand for our water.
We stand, we stand, we stand.
We stand, we stand, we stand.
We stand for our brothers.
We stand for our brothers.
We stand for our sisters.
We stand for our sisters.
We stand for our people.
We stand for our people.
We stand for our ancestors.
We stand for our ancestors.
We stand for our water.
We stand for our water.
We stand, we stand, we stand.
We stand, we stand, we stand. And Deutschland, all right, I'd like to call up Gina Petrie. Gina belongs to a group that I wish I knew it existed. It's called Radical Women's Seattle Chapter. If I knew there was such a chapter, I would have joined it years and years and years ago. I am a radical woman. How about you? Gina Petrie is a socialist, feminist, and a queer activist. She's the organizer for Radical Women Seattle and fights for a human system for people and the planet. Let's hear it for Gina.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here to stand in solidarity with the march in DC and with all the water protectors and activists here and around the country. So I was proud to be one of the many who spent time at Standing Rock. And in my time there, I met so many powerful women and youth leaders. And what I learned is that they were essential to the militancy of Standing Rock. Women and youth were leading actions and meetings, they were coordinating volunteers and construction, and basically doing everything that needed to be done. They were medics and midwives, and they were revered for that role. And see, the
most beautiful person in the world.
told me that they believe that
There's Matt Remo.
The change of season. I completely agree with that. That's why I and my organization stand with the warrior women and all the water protectors at Standing Rock. Everywhere, Indigenous women are standing shoulder to shoulder with men and everyone in the fight, in this critical fight against corporate domination. The leadership of women is essential to every freedom struggle. So let's hear it for the warrior women. And I think the black snake is actually a good metaphor for capitalism. It's a bringer of destruction and death, ugliness and division. So I say, let's tear it down, let's cut it off, cut its head off. You want to tear down the system that poisons the water.
Ladies keeping people warm.
Okay, so we're going to tear down the system that poisons the water.
He does that. Hey, Matt. How are you doing? Good. How are you?
And while we're at it, as other people said, let's stop the coal trains, let's stop the uranium mining, let's stop the fracking. All of these practices.
Let's go say hi to Andy Spencer. So rude. I know. So rude.
How are you? See you.
It's turned out to be a really good rally today, folks. If you missed it, I apologize. But it's turning out really well today.
And that's actually what human beings are good at. I think we actually want to cooperate and work together and meet all of our
There's
needs.
Jesse. Say
and
hi,
we want an
Jesse.
economy based on destruction, right? In this new world, we'll honor innovation, items, and sovereignty, and the diversity of the planetary ecosystem. So let's
Joanna.
We need a Tony Waters live.
united front for all the battles that are to come, because we know that they're out there. We know this is Standing Rock in one pipeline, one of many. So let's keep this united and momentum going together. Thank you.
All right, Secret Water Canoe has left. Why don't you guys come in a little bit more?
I think she's getting used to my camera.
The next person I would like to introduce is Mariana.
There's the other half
She's
of
a member of
YouTube
the
Spirit
Yakama
Media right
Nation.
there.
She's also a program manager
That's Nicole
of the
from
Northwest
Independent 2 Spirit Media,
Youth
everyone.
Leadership Alliance, and she taught me this Women's Warrior song for all you powerful women out there. Mariana?
Woo!
Shukpak Chwai, Ignash Twiniksha, Mariana Harvey. I just want to invite any of the Native women that want to come join us in this song to join down here. Whether you have a drum or not, just come down here. This is a song that was given to Martina Pierre from the Lillooet Nation and it was given to her in a sweat, and she said this is for all the women warriors. So I invite all you women warriors to sing down here and to sing with us. And in this song, she said the first round is for Mother Earth, the second round is for the women, the third round is for your friends and family, the fourth round is for our ancestors, and the fifth round we raise our fists up and ask for strength.
As you know, there's a reason we couldn't have all the women on the stage. There was too many of them. Let's hear it for the women. Matt Remley? Matt Remley?
Now
Matt Remley, where are you? Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
I found Matt.
Mini Wachoni!
There's
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
Mini Wachoni!
Water is life.
I feel really blessed right now and honored to be able to introduce you to Matt Remley. Matt Remley is Lakota and a member of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, an activist for Mother Earth, and a journalist for the Last Real Indians and a founder of Last Real Indians. Something that we added that I wanted to really notice, he's become an amazing ambassador for our communities here in the Northwest for Standing Rock. We really are honored to welcome Matt Remley.
Amadakipi. Chante wa ste na pechus epelo. Wakia wanatana machi apelo. Ya waslaha amataha yelo. Ate wayaki Charles Remley. Ina wayaki Donna Harrison. Atukashila wakataka. Apetukile wopila. Ampetukile washte ohatukashila. Atukashila Dawamish. Dawamish oyategi. Owichakiayo. Dawamish makoche. Awawichakiayo tukashila. Tukashila ya waslaha na ocheti shakomi o wichaki ayo mini sosa Minnesota ki tokashila awawi chakayan. Good evening. My English name is Matt Remley. My Lakota name is Wakia Wanatan. I'm from Standing Rock. My parents are Charles Remley. You can cheer for that, go ahead. My parents are Charles Remley and Donna Harrison. And first and foremost, would like to give acknowledgement to our Duwamish relatives, Duwamish land. They certainly understand what it's like to be fighting for clean water, as this is one of the most polluted bodies of water in the nation. That Duwamish River is one of the most polluted sites, a Superfund site, so they certainly understand the need to protect clean water, and we stand in support of the Duwamish, Suquamish, all the local tribes. I'd like to give thanks to the MCs back here, Patricia, Millie, the other organizers, Dale, and everybody, all the organizers of today. If they could, I'm sorry I don't have the list of all the organizers, but raise their hands and make some noise for them. I know there's some over here. Volunteers that are working hard down there, handing out that wakalapi, that coffee, handing out that mini. Give thanks to them. That's a lot of work of what they're doing down there. I'd like to give acknowledgement to the tribal council people that came down, to Sacred Water, to all our drummers, live streamers, and each and every one of you. To my Unchi standing here, veteran of the Wounded Knee occupation of Wounded Knee, a veteran right here. That's a warrior right there. Facing them bullets, those machine guns, daily being fired on with live ammunition. There was that 70-something days in a row they were fired upon with live ammunition, and some of our relatives died in that occupation. But that's who we are as Lakota people, which we stand for and willing to die for the protection of our homelands. So thank you. Wopi Latanka. Mainly tonight, I'd like to give thanks and acknowledgement to all the water protectors who, it's sometimes very overwhelming to think about the people globally who've taken the time to journey out to our homelands, the people here to journey out to our homelands and do whatever it is that you brought, whether it was prayers, food, water, firewood, your songs. I mean, that's beautiful to think that we've been able to have such a reach around the globe and people have that open heart and compassion to come support us. I mean, I won't lie. Sometime I was at an action up in Sammamish, and I'd never been up there before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I saw all these gated houses and communities, and I was kind of worried, like, what the heck am I getting into up here? But got to their council meeting, they wanted to start a divestment campaign against Wells Fargo, and I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed coming in there because the room was packed with mostly Southeast Asian women, and one speaker after another talked about our homelands, talked about treaty rights, talked about the protection of water. And I honestly, I had to step out. I got very emotional, overwhelmed, just thinking about how all these people are showing this love and compassion for us. Even the folks who can't make it back to Standing Rock, who've been doing things here locally, putting on these rallies to give us awareness. I mean, that's beautiful. And to take it a step further and bring in our local tribes, because our local tribes out here are facing the same issues that we're facing. You know, right just south of us, our Puyallup relatives are fighting an LNG plant. And we need to do this down there and showing up for them. I know she couldn't be here today because I think she's in DC, but President Von Sharp, And what they're fighting down there in Quinault, we need to do the exact same thing down there. Showing up in support of 2 proposed oil terminals they want to build in Grays Harbor. To our Lummi relatives, and facing and all of these Coast Salish tribes, really, because they want to build that Kinder Morgan pipeline in First Nations land in the Port of Vancouver. And I was told there's something like 40 barges daily, oil barges will be headed up there, straight down through the Strait of Juan de Fuca up there. So we have a lot of issues. So there's a lot of groundwork that's been laid by good people to continue this movement forward. So really just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You know, you're beautiful and you mean a lot to me. And you mean a lot to my family. You know, one of my relatives, a good friend of mine from Standing Rock also, he said he came out and visited recently. He said, you know, a lot of you guys out here in Seattle are looking to what we're doing for guidance and direction. But we're looking back to what you guys are doing in Seattle, and it gives us a lot of hope and inspiration because there's people willing to fight for us, to stand up for us. So you got to understand that. You're putting that energy out there. One more thing, you know, thanks to everybody who showed up. Get the city to divest $3 billion from Wells Fargo. You literally have inspired the globe. I can't tell you how many people we've been talking to globally to do campaigns, divestment campaigns. I see Millie popping up in my peripheral vision, so I must have hit my time limit. Opila Tonka to y'all. Much love and appreciation.
Okay, Matt, you're a little taller than I am. I've got something really important for Matt. It's an eagle feather. This is one of the highest honors in our culture that you could earn. He's earned this eagle feather above and beyond. He's been fighting for Standing Rock since 2005. He's been writing for Lastra Indians. He stays up late at night as a journalist, and he fights and he fights and he fights. So let's hear it for Matt. Okay, I have to do things the Sioux way, sorry. Okay, Matt's Lakota, so we have to pass it back and forth 4 times. I'm no longer Matt and the Hat. And the reason why I called us Matt and the Hat, you know, Matt comes up with the ideas and I bring them to life. We have Star shaking her head yes, and a lot of you were here when we went and fought City of Seattle. We fought the Italians for Indigenous Peoples Day. And every time Matt comes up with an idea, I say, just do it, Matt. And guess what he does? He just does it. But then us women here have to bring it to life. All right, I'm going to turn it back to Matt so he can introduce one of our youth.
Thank you again. It's a great honor to introduce this next person. It's been a blessing to watch her and her mother. Seriously, one of the most beautiful things that I've experienced, and I think I probably got connected with you on Abolish Columbus Day stuff with your family, is watching you and your daughter come down, always singing songs and the beautiful energy that you two have. I mean, it's amazing, and that's what it's really about right there. And so I don't say things like future leaders. I mean, you're leaders now. And this young lady's got amazing, beautiful words. And please welcome Ayana Fuentes.
I'm very short, so it took like 5 minutes there. So my name's Ayana, and that's my mom, Jennifer. I recently just came back from a study tour to New Zealand. And oh my God, it was amazing. Their culture there, it's everywhere. They don't have to gather in order to bring their culture alive. It's just there. I met a 3-year-old boy who only speaks fluent Maori. And I came back here and I'm like, where's all the culture at? And then we come here and we're fighting. But we're fighting with our culture. We're not using weapons. Not their weapons. We're using our weapons. Because our weapons are our prayers, our songs, gathering and talking with someone, spreading the word about Standing Rock is our weapons. To think that we have to fight for something as basic as clean water is kind of mind-blowing, because you would think it'd be a necessity of life. You'd think it'd be free. You'd think everyone would want to keep it clean. Even the billions heirs out there that are putting the black snake in the ground. They need clean water. What are they doing? Do they think they're going to drink their money, put it in a blender, grind it up, and survive off that? It doesn't work like that. We need clean water. They need clean water. Their children need clean water. Everyone needs clean water. So as you're all out here fighting, singing, praying, dancing, you're doing it for yourself, but also for your children and the future 7 generations. You're fighting because the 7 generations behind you fought for stronger things too. They fought for things that meant something. This means something. This beyond means something. It's amazing to look out and see so many faces. I go back and forth, I'm like, I know you, hugs, all the way around, because we're a community. And to think that our community has expanded globally. When I was in New Zealand, people were like, oh my gosh, did you go to Standing Rock? I'm like, yes, I went there and it was beautiful. And we don't have to go there to support them. You can support them here in New Zealand, in your towns, just by getting together, rallying, spreading the word to your neighbors, your friends, your co-workers. To think that we're touching people outside of the United States, outside of the North America continent, all over the world, that they're fighting with us, they're praying with us, they're singing with us, and they're dancing with us. They're fighting with us. They're using our weapons, their weapons, and every weapon we can think of. So I want to thank you all for coming out and fighting, and for allowing me to speak and grasping what I'm saying. Thank you.
Give it up for her one more time. Make some serious noise. I also got the privilege of introducing the next youth, our next young folks. Come from the Clear Sky program here in Seattle. Clear Sky is an amazing youth program focusing on helping out our urban Native youth. And they meet twice a week and learn culture, learn about history and stuff like that. So we got a young person here who's going to speak for AJ. So let's make some noise for AJ.
Hello, my name is AJ Oguara. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior at Northgate Middle College High School, and I'm with UNEA at the Clear Sky Native Youth Council. For me, Clear Sky has been a blessing on my life. Every moment I spend there has really been a meaningful moment for me. From the people who I've gotten to learn about, the people who I've gotten to get more familiar with, who I've learned with, the adults who have taught me many things. It's really healing. And then I see everyone here come together in the different parts of the world, indigenous natives, stand up for water, for the people. This to me is healing, because it's like we are all family and willing to stand up for each other. I feel blessed to be here, and I thank all of the children, families, young adults, parents, and elders for their contributions. Thank you.
At Clear Sky, Urban Native Education Alliance, UNEA, we not only teach the kids about the culture, the things that are left out of Seattle Public Schools, it's true, but we also empower them to become the next nation of leaders when we go on. And
that's who we are. You're very welcome.
We'd like everybody to clear out for a minute so you can see the mural. These kids came up with the ideas, their hands made the drawings, their hands painted the finished product. They're using it as a teaching tool to go to other schools and talk about water protectors, Mother Earth protectors. So thank you.
All right, what does the mural say? Minnie Wachoni! Water is life! 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 All right, here, man.
Briefly, John Merrill.